spoken words have only been around for about 200,000 years. For millions of years before that, humans communicated entirely through a physical, unfiltered system of movements and micro expressions. Deep inside your head is the limbic brain. It is an ancient processing center that handles your core survival instincts, the impulse to fight a threat, flee from it, or freeze in place. You have zero conscious control over this system. Even when you are sitting perfectly still, your limbic brain is constantly leaking your actual emotional state right into your hands, your posture, and your legs. If you walk into a negotiation or a high stakes meeting, listening strictly to the words people say, you are effectively deaf to the loudest conversation in the room. Decoding this nonverbal leakage turns you from a passive listener into an observer of human intention, uncovering the subconscious layer of data that most people never see. We are taught from childhood that someone who is lying will look away out of guilt or shame. That is a myth. A skilled liar will actually lock onto your eyes and maintain a steady, unnerving gaze. They need to monitor you in real time to see if you are buying their fabricated story. As soon as that fabricated story begins, the brain diverts its processing power. Natural flowing hand gestures abruptly stop. The body enters a limbic freeze response to avoid drawing unnecessary attention. When a person is relaxed, they typically blink 20 to 30 times a minute. The cognitive load and stress of lying forces a sudden erratic spike in that baseline blink rate. This internal stress spikes blood pressure, triggering subconscious pacifying behaviors. For women, this often looks like touching the suprasternal notch, the small dimple at the base of the neck to self-soothe. For men, experiencing that same spike in blood pressure, the physical response is typically rubbing the face or eyes to physically calm the nervous system. A deceiver can craft a confident narrative and hold a steady face. Their autonomic nervous system, however, will always betray the physical pressure they are trying to hide. There is a simple rule of distance in behavioral analysis. The further a body part is located from the brain, the harder it is to consciously manipulate. We spend our entire lives training our faces to lie. We practice smiling for the camera and hiding our frustration in meetings. Because of that long neural pathway, the most brutally honest part of human anatomy is actually the feet. Someone might be smiling and nodding at you, but if one foot is planted toward you and the other is pointing directly at the door, they are exhibiting a limbic flight response. Their brain is actually preparing to leave. Genuine trust and engagement require the 3 T's: top, torso, and toes. When all the 3 are physically aligned toward you, you have their complete attention. You will also see people subconsciously clear the space between you. Moving a water glass or a coffee cup off to the side removes a physical barrier, signaling a drop in psychological defenses. Words construct the social mask we want others to see. Our spatial geometry and lower body alignment expose our actual comfort levels. There is an inverse relationship between physical speed and social authority. Small animals dart around frantically. Apex predators move with deliberate, slow precision. You see this in the boardroom. People desperate for approval will nod rapidly and smile excessively to signal submission to the group. Highly charismatic individuals naturally assert dominance by taking long, relaxed strides. They claim maximum physical territory without showing a hint of physical tension. When asked a question, they employ a tactical pause. They wait exactly 3 seconds before answering, forcing the entire room to wait and asserting total control over the pace of the conversation. They command visual attention by using expansive, open-handed gestures that project absolute certainty and take up wide physical space. And they weaponize physical stillness. Maintaining a calm, centered composure in a chaotic environment projects an unshakable, elevated status. Ultimate authority is rarely established by whoever is speaking the loudest. It is established by those who physically manipulate space, time, and stillness. Body language operates as a biological two-way street. Your mind naturally shapes your body, but your posture can also rewrite your neurochemistry, forcing yourself into a power pose A wide, physically expansive stance alters your hormone production. Holding an expansive stance for 2 minutes causes your stress hormone cortisol to drop sharply, while your dominance hormone testosterone spikes. You can trigger this covertly with the steeple gesture, fingertips lightly touching, generating instant authority during high stakes meetings. We live in a society obsessed with perfectly crafted words and scripted responses. The true advantage belongs entirely to those who master the silent ancient mechanics of the body.